We are going to go over one of the most unknown and underrated shoulder movements that I've never seen. I call it, this is my personal name, I call it the Supinated Cable Press, okay? The purpose of this movement is to target the overall shoulder, but it's gonna also be more specifically the front of your shoulder, and you'll see exactly why. So for here, the angle is super important. Because I gotta be in frame, I wanna be closer. I have it a little bit higher than all the way down. And I'm actually gonna kind of stand directly underneath it for this. So it's gonna be right below my shoulder joint. So I'm here, right underneath the cable, the joint's right there. My shoulder joint's basically right above it. I'm gonna start like this, in like almost like a cable curl. My arm is in a V, elbow is 45 degrees, pulling back the shoulder blade. So I start like this. Basically my shoulder's all the way, I can't go any farther back, right? My shoulder blade's completely tucked, my back on my lat side is complete, on my left side, my lat is completely flexed right now because it's all the way back. We're just stretching the front part of my shoulder. We're not gonna press it all the way up, we're just gonna go to about shoulder height. So from here, going all the way back, forward, keeping tension on the front of your shoulder the entire time, going all the way back to get that back and down, I should say, back and down, to get that stretch, feel like the tension in your bicep and in your shoulder, and not really pressing, more kind of just pushing it up, keeping that tension. You don't want to go any higher. Down. The most important part here is that stretch, right? So I'm going all the way as far back as I can, and then just to here. Keeping that tension, holding it for a second, keeping my arm bent so that all the pressure is here, not on my bicep. You'll notice the straighter you go, the more tension goes on your bicep. Boom. See how far down I can go with it for that stretch. So obviously, the better mobility you have, the deeper down you'll go, but practicing this will help give you that mobility with that stretch. You don't notice right away, just because you've never done a movement like this, having that tension on here the entire time. By the time you're done with your set, your front shoulder should be lit up and full of blood. So again, that's the supinated cable press-ish. It doesn't really vary for anybody because as long as you keep that 45-degree angle, you're fine, and keeping that shoulder blade tucked. The only way it would vary would be the height and the distance you are from the cable, right? The farther away, you might get more of a tension. But I personally feel it right underneath it because that's what gravity is pulling you right down for that stretch. Super underrated because it's not really a thing. And yeah, chase that pump because I'm talking too much.